Hi, everybody. This is Judy. Let's have coffee with Judy today. I just want to be as real as possible. You know that we're now in a situation in our lives that we're going through the coronavirus situation and we're all on lockdown. And some of us would like to be in places that we can't be, because we have to be diligent and listen to what they say and take care of our health and take care of others. And we have to stay home. First of all, make sure you have your coffee. I have my café con leche. So I'm ready to conversate and be real with you guys. The beginning of this week has been very hard for me. On Monday, I was giving a lesson. What we decided in our church is the group of adults that are single, every Monday, we are having a conference call and we tell each other how we feel. We speak the word of God and we give each other advices, and we try to stay away too much of the media and just have that contact with the Lord and with each other and the friends and make sure that we're okay. And I unfortunately received bad news in the middle of this conference call that my uncle passed away, Angel Luis Peña, and I know he's in God's hands right now, and I thank the Lord for that. But as I was giving the message and I was conversating at that time, I was just talking about the promises of God. You know, it says in the Bible in so many places that He gives unconditional love. He is faithful. He is there for us with the ups and the downs. And even when we deny Him, now mind you, I don't really use my podcast for preaching, but I'm ready to preach to you right now. Even when we forget who He is and what He's done for us, He does not leave us. So when you call upon Him, when you're going through your ups and your downs, and He doesn't answer, it's not that He's not there. He's just telling you to stand still. And when you're ready to receive what He has for you, He'll let you know what He has for you. And you know, we're conversating this. We're talking about this. The promises of God. And let me tell you, I had to experience that. That in the middle of that conference call, I hear my mother screaming. Literally screaming. And my dog is screaming and barking. And my mother is yelling, "My brother died. He left me. He left me." Of course, I got scared and I freaked out and I'm like, what's going on? And my brother is also a director of the group. So he was outside of the home in the car listening to the conference call. And I tell him to take over because I had to go handle what was going on with my mother because I was still unaware. And I forgot to hang up my phone, my end. So unfortunately, I apologized to my group because they had to hear the whole commotion and they were scared as well because they didn't know what was going on. But when I went to go handle my mother and the situation, I don't know how to explain to you guys how God at that moment took me to a thought of what my pastor, Edwin Lemuel, said to us one time in church. That when his mother passed away, his wife told him, breathe, handle the process that you're going to go through right now. But be careful what you say through your mouth because you're going to set the motion of what's going to happen from today on. That immediately came to my mind. And when my mother is, crying and mourning her brother, I wanted to mourn too and cry because that's my uncle. I mean, my uncles and my aunts have been more to me than just my uncle and my aunts. They've all The ones that are in heaven and the ones that are here are like my father and mother. Like I have several fathers and several mothers in my heart. But at that moment, I had to hold my emotion, hold my feelings, and be there for my mother. And I grabbed her and I told her, take control of your emotions at this moment. Because my mother, suffers of several situations, and I didn't want her to get ill. I'm not telling her not to feel her pain. I am not telling her not to mourn her brother, but I'm trying to control that situation at that moment. And the best thing that I was able to do for her is tell her, relax, hold on, don't go crazy, because you're going to get sick and you're not going to help anybody that way. And it took a while, and she was able to process what I was saying to her. And my father told her, I know what you feel. Because last year, in less than 2 weeks, he lost 2 brothers. So he told her, I understand your pain, but right now my concern is your health, because I can't lose you right now too. Your children and your grandchildren need you. And when I saw my father take control, I said, Jesus, you're so good. You're so good, because you let us know that we know, no matter what, under what circumstances we're going through, you are there to handle it. And the reason why I say this with such passion is because I want to let everybody know that is listening to me right now. If you don't have that specific person or family next to you, I want to tell you, I love you for them. I love you. I care for you. I pray for you that you're healthy and you're okay. And even if coronavirus come knocking at your door, you're going to be okay. No matter what circumstances you're going through at this moment, or you will have tomorrow, you're going to be okay, because God is with you. You're not alone. You're not alone. But you set off what happens in your life is how you handle that situation that comes to you. Now, mind you, I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I cried in my own privacy, and I let my emotions out, and I let my feelings out, and I spoke to the Lord and let him know what I felt. But I did it under control. You know why? Because right now I can't lose it either, because she needs me and my children need me. And I need myself to be okay. So when I was able to do it that way, I was, thank you, Jesus, for my pastor that gave me that word, that he handled it that way, that today I was able to handle my situation that way. See, when you trust in God, when you put all faith in him and you believe that, there is nothing that can come to you that you can't handle. And believe me, I have lots and lots of testimonies in my life that I can tell you that. And I can tell you as a testimony that if it wasn't through faith, I was not able to see the next day. But once again, I want to tell you, for those that don't tell you every day, for those that maybe don't take the time to pray for you, I implore you, if you have somebody in your family that you haven't spoken to in a while, your own children, your husband, a friend, a neighbor, tell them you care. Let them know now. Because if they're gone, you can't tell them tomorrow. They need to know now that you love them, no matter what happened between you guys yesterday, that you love them and you're there for them, and to have faith. This is the moment that we all got to get together. You know, I'm very, very passionate about this, because what I can't understand is I have heard parents have the audacity. Let me drink a little coffee before I finish this, because some of you are not going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm very real. I'm very transparent. I have heard in social media, some of the parents have the audacity to say, oh my God, I can't stand what's going on. I think the government is exaggerating, because I can't deal with my children, my husband, my mother-in-law, and the dog. I have 5 kids, my mother-in-law, and the dog, and the husband, and we're all together, and I can't take it. Well, I'm here to tell you, get a wake-up call. Because nobody told you to have 5 children. But be blessed. Feel blessed that you have 5 children. There's some people that don't have nobody. There's people that are stuck, that their family are in another country, and they're here and they can't go hold their mother's hand and their children's hand and tell them, I love you. You know what? That's being selfish, because you prefer to be at work and having lunch maybe at Fuddruckers or at a Spanish restaurant, chilling with your friends, instead of spending time with the children that God bless you with. You know what? My ex-sister-in-law is so cute. She has 4 kids. And what she did was, she takes the kid, what she does actually, in the morning, they do their little homework from school. They go outside. They have a pretty big yard. They go outside and they invent things to do. And she lets them run around and play, because 2 of her boys are baseball players. So they run around, they practice, they let all that energy out. And then they come in the house, they take a bath, they have dinner, and then they spend their family time. And there's going to be moments where your kids drive you crazy. My children are adults, and there's times I'm like, can you guys go to sleep? And it's 8:30. You can't tell an adult to go to sleep. And it's the funniest thing. But you know what? I thank the Lord every day that I have them next to me. There's parents that are crying because their kids went out of town to school and they can't come home. Or they're in the military trying to make sure that each and every one of you are safe. And you have the audacity to complain because your daughter says, Mommy, is the food ready? Mommy, is the food ready? Mommy, comb my hair. Mommy, change the channel. Mommy, give me a cookie. Well, you know what? I have a son in bed that he hasn't spoken those beautiful words in 24 years. I would love for him to tell me right now, Mom, change the channel. Mom, give me a cookie. Mom, comb my hair. Mom, my brother is bothering me. Mom, I love you. When I start looking at those kind of scenarios, I ask myself, Lord, why do they not understand that for one reason or another, you did not send coronavirus down here, but you kind of allowed it to happen with a purpose? Because maybe everybody is so involved, self-involved in their careers, in their jobs, in their friends, and losing weight, fixing your body to look better, and doing all of these things instead of taking care of the blessings that you have given them. Now, mind you, I'm a woman. I like to look good. I want to look good. Absolutely. But that can't be my priority, because I'm God's creation. So I'm already perfect. I'm just making better what is already good. But a lot of people don't seem to understand that. And everybody that's listening to me today, please check yourself. Look in the mirror and thank God for the blessing that you have today. Because I won't be able to speak to my uncle again till I go to heaven. His children, his wife, his grandchildren, his siblings, his nieces and nephews won't be able to see him again till they go to heaven. And that's a good thing, that we will be able to see him again if we all live the life that we're supposed to live. But the point is, you have somebody next to you that you love, and you're bothered because they're making too much noise. Look, not too long ago, one of my friends called me, and I said to her, I said, well, how are the kids? And she lives in New Jersey. She says, the kids are fine. I go, they're not driving you crazy? She goes, oh, they have their little ups and downs. But you know what? As a parent, you got to love them how they are. Children are children. They do their little activities. Sometimes they send me little notes on the computer. Hey, Titi, I love you. Because they call me Titi. I love you. And I send it back. Hi, I love you too, and whatever. we have to stop trying to manage our time to be comfortable for us. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone and be a parent. I can tell you that because I'm a parent. We're too busy out there trying to be our children's friends instead of parenting them. It's time for us to get back into what is being a parent. Just like one of my podcasts, I said, no is no and your yes is your yes. Well, this is the moment. Instead of you being upset because your kid is making too much noise, the music is blasting. I'm going to give you a perfect example. 2 of my boys, they exercise. They can't go to the gym. So they already created their own gym about a year ago in my garage. Sorry, I had to drink a little bit of coffee. It's so delicious. So they created the garage into a gym. I have another one that prefers to go to the gym, so he can't do it. So I'm looking at him sitting in the garage thinking, I'm like, he's going to create something. And he did. He created an equipment where he can drag weights on it so he can continue to exercise. He created this not now, several months ago, because in January, in his brother's birthday, I have a little video that is so cute because he pushed me on it. I was sitting on it and he actually dragged me with it, and we were all laughing, having a great time. But the day before yesterday, actually on Monday, he decided I'm going to take it outside in front of my house. There's no cars. Everybody's in their own house. I need to exercise to release, tension, etc. Continue his regimen. And he went out there and he was doing it. And I was looking out the window and I was so proud of him. Because instead of complaining, instead of saying how much he can't get out of the house and how much he can't exercise and how much he can't see his friends, etc., he decided, I'm going to make the best of this time. And I said to him, I'm proud of you because you made a decision. I'm going to make the best of what I can't change. Well, that's what I'm doing now. I'm making a best of my time, the best of my time in a decision that I can't change. My uncle went to heaven. And I'm here to tell everybody that knows us and the family, we loved him and we will always love him. But I'm not getting on a plane or allowing my mother to get on a plane to go to Chicago to a funeral when it's not going to benefit him because he's in heaven. What I will do is honor him with the love and respect that I have for him. But I can't allow my mother that has situations in her life already get on a plane, go, come back, and possibly get sick and bring it back to us because I have a disabled son. So, that's the scenario that I'm living now. But I'm going to be okay because God is in control. I can't change what happened, but I can make my situation better by letting my family know that I love them and I'm there with you by heart. And just give me a call whenever you need to pray. I'm here for you. But going back to thinking about how parents, and I want each and every one of you that are parents or uncles or just somebody that has somebody special in your life, think about what to do different to help those little ones. Because look, I have a niece that they're in Boston and I love how she's handling the situation. She told her son that is going to be in kindergarten in August or September. She says, hey, because he's at that age, 5 years old, locking up in a 3-bedroom apartment is driving everybody crazy. But he is, he wants to learn. He's like a sponge at that age. So she got smart and she took out one of the toys that she had put away and said, listen, this is a learning toy. we're going to act like we're in school so you can be a big boy like the other kids. They have virtual teachers. So I'm going to be your teacher. Grandma's going to be your teacher. Your auntie, everybody's going to teach you something. And this is something that you're going to do now, and you're going to learn and prepare for kindergarten. So when I call him, I always ask him about his schoolwork. Hey, did you do your homework? Oh, I'm going to do it a little later. Hey, you promised you were going to show me every time you did something. So I'm reminding him of the importance of his homework. Mind you, he doesn't know it's really homework, but to entertain him emotionally, because he says it. You can't go outside because you'll get very sick and you end up in the hospital. So at 5 years old, he's scared. So you have to help him emotionally, spiritually. God is with you, baby. You're going to be okay. But we have to be mindful and have to stay inside so we won't be sick. And physically, you got to keep him entertained. Keep him to do things where he's not running around the apartment and going stir crazy. And I just thought of some other things that I'm going to call his mom, and I'm going to tell her other things that she can do with him. But while you are going stir crazy over your children because they bother you, they're taking your time. Some people have said, I wish I was at work and I wasn't home with my husband and my kids and my mother-in-law. Wow, how sad is that? How about when they're really not there and you don't see them anymore? Or they can't talk to you? What are you going to do then? And that's some of the things that we have to understand, how blessed we are that you can reach over and say, hey, you're driving me crazy, but I want to tell you something. I love you. I created you with God's help. I made you, buddy. I tease my kids all the time and I tell them that I made you. I made you. And they laugh. But I let them know I love them and I'm there for them. And I thank God every day for my blessings. Because you know what? There's something that one of my friends put in our chat. She said, everybody's complaining about what they can't do. But how about those men in Chile when they were stuck in a tunnel for 33 days? Or I'm sorry, it was, I believe, almost 3 months, but there were 33 of them. They were stuck with almost no food left, feeling like they were never going to come out, unsure of their future. But they were strong and they had accountability to each other. They let each other know, hey, don't say that. We're going to get out of this. Don't believe that. We're going to get out of this. So I tell you, I'm going to tell you guys that today, you guys are going to call somebody and you're going to tell them, I love you and everything's going to be okay. I'm there for you, a phone call away. We have the ability to give a phone call to somebody, to make that phone call and make them feel good. Please do me a favor. Don't call nobody and tell them, oh, a doctor said this and they said that. Everybody watches the news. Everybody talks to each other and texts each other the news over and over and over. This is the time for you to call a friend or a family member and say, you know what? I love you and I'm there for you. Everything's going to be okay because God is with you and you're not alone. This is the time for that. Yes, we're going to be diligent and we're going to see the news once a day because we have to know what's going on. But don't take all day long. Listen, guys, you're going to laugh. My closet is so clean, I should put it in a magazine. I've cleaned that closet like 3 times. I've switched things around. I keep myself busy because I don't want coronavirus or anything else to take my time of knowing how blessed I am because God is with me and I have my loved ones around me. And if I want to speak to another loved one, I just got to call them. That's a blessing. Some people don't have that. So count your blessings today. Thank you for letting me share this time with you. If you want to respond to what I've said, when I put it on Facebook, go ahead and give your comments. We'll talk about it next week or in the weekend. I'm going to try to get on frequently. Keep us in prayer. I know we're going to be okay, but I just want you to know, always remember, you're not alone. Make sure you have that little coffee with you. Take care. Till the next podcast.